Yo, what is up? We're here for draft grades. I didn't actually do a up-to-date mock, but I did do an up-to-date big board, and I did my due diligence once more. And we're here for grades, and this is a little sketchy. I'm doing all of this through OBS, so bear with me. I'm trying to get it out quickly. So yeah, that's what we're here for. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and hop on in. Cooper Flag, A plus. Duh, right? It's Cooper Flag. It's an A plus. It's a no-brainer pick. They lucked into it, literally, with a franchise killing mistake and got a franchise saving player. So, good for them, I guess. Obviously, I don't really have to dive into Cooper Flag and what he brings. He brings everything to a team. He brings everything. He's a great defender. He's a great playmaker. The shooting got better and better at Duke. I think the thing to me is I was never a person that thought he was overrated, but if I were to, there was no way I would have thought he was overrated for long, because he pretty well proved everyone wrong. As he just kept getting better and better and better and better with my hair. It's awful right now. It's late. I showered earlier today and it's doing a thing. All right, so whatever. But yeah, Cooper Flag, A plus. Dylan Harper, we'll go with the A. The only reason I'm not going A plus on Dylan Harper is it's not the slam dunk that Cooper Flag is. It's right at value. It's a great pick. It's a good of a pick they could physically make. Nice ad over there. Gosh dang. Can I change this? Can I fix it? Hold up. Let me. Yeah. All right. I can't. I wanted to do my thing and click this, but if I click this, OBS goes away, and I have to see what I'm doing. So bear with the live. All right, bear with the live. Trying to get it out. But Dylan Harper, he is good, right? He's great. He's the second best player in this draft, no questions. Great player. They also have De'Aaron Fox. We'll see how that works out. But it's the right pick. It's a A. Right at value. You got a slam dunk pick with the player you got. And now you've got the Philadelphia 76ers with VJ Edgecombe. Give it a B plus. I have him as the fourth best player, and not behind who you think. I actually have Trey Johnson at number 3. We'll get to him in a minute. But VJ is a great player. He's going to immediately help a team winning that feels a little second wind of life with all these injuries in the East for next year. They feel like they probably have a chance with everything they have, and they should, because they should have a chance. They should be a good team next year. We'll see if they actually are. I don't know. I'm just letting it mess. I don't care. We'll see how it works out for them. I'm really sorry. It's not this messy usually. But I also think VJ Edgecombe having a mentor in like Paul George is great, because PG was really that same type of player. PG, obviously, we know now is step back threes. He's got one of the best handles for a player his size of all time. He's got a great jumper. He was really a athletic defender when he got drafted, as far as I'm aware. I was like 3 years old, but yeah, he really developed later on in the offensive game. VJ maybe could get some help with that. We'll see how that works out for him. But I think VJ Edgecombe is an absolute slam dunk. Yeah, I think he's a great player. He's going to be doing a lot of slam dunks. I think he's a great player. He's a great player. The only thing keeping him from a higher grade is realistically just the nature of he might not be your third best player in the draft. And it also might be kind of weird at first, but I think it will prove fruitful near the end with it. Now we're getting a little more negative with Con Knipple at 4. I don't hate Con. I don't. He's a top 10 player in this class. Maybe top 8, maybe top 6 if you really want to get me there. He's not better than Trey Johnson. He's not on the same tier of Trey Johnson. And if you're going to take him above Trey Johnson, in my opinion, obviously, if you're going to take him above Trey Johnson, you better hope he's better than Trey Johnson because you are not a good enough team to be drafting for a fit. So, yes, Trey Johnson might have to share a basketball with Brandon Miller and LaMelo more than Con Knipple would. Con might be able to share better than Trey Johnson would. But Trey Johnson's just a better player, straight up. So we'll see how it works. But Con's a great player. He's underrated in scoring. I think everyone sees him just as a shooter, but he's really not. He's a very good player. It's just a little hard for me to get over that idea of trading him there. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking this is a little high, but let's be real here. This is a guy that everyone thought should go number 3. The Jazz getting Ace Bailey at 5 is a win. It is. Even if he looked like he was going to cry and not because he was overcome with emotion, it's a win. Ace Bailey's a great player. He's a difficult shot maker. He's going to make a lot of shots. He might miss a lot of shots, but hey, if he's a star, then he should be missing a lot of shots too. And we'll see. I don't really got much more to say on Ace. I think we all know the thing on Ace Bailey. And here we're staying with an A for Trey Johnson at 6 to the Wizards. Like I said, he's my third best player in the class. I've been on Trey Johnson for a long time, frankly. He is just good. He's going to have a green light with that Wizards team after they traded Jordan Poole. We'll get more on it later, but I also think the Wizards had a great draft, like a massive winner of this draft. Getting Trey Johnson at 6 is tremendous value, in my opinion. Now back down a little bit. Jeremiah Fears, it's a B-. Yeah. He's a good player. I like Jeremiah Fears. It's just on that team, it's a little funky right now. They've got DeJounte Murray, they've got Jordan Poole, they've got Zion. I don't know where the shots are coming from for a guy that gets up a lot of shots. It's a little funky right now, but he's a great player. He's also got aura. Need I say more? It's a B-. It's a good player. I think it's slot value. It's just a weird fit. Yeah. It's a jump. A little. And it doesn't help that this draft was already... We'll get more on the Nets later. We'll talk a lot about the Nets. Igor Dimon is a fine player. I don't know. He was like my 18th best player in this class. I think this is actually one of the best potential landing spots for Igor Dimon. I think it's a spot where he absolutely could have a chance to fulfill his upside. And the thing is, I'm going to tell you, if Igor Dimon is not a good player in the NBA, if he's not a great player in the NBA, he's going to be a terrible non-NBA player. He's either going to be a stud or a bust. I don't think there's really a middle ground with a guy like him, because right now he will not be good. He doesn't handle the ball too well. He's not a high level shooter, like efficiency wise. He's not a phenomenal defender. He's a phenomenal passer. At worst, he'll do the Josh Giddey special teams inbound passing the ball thing. At worst, I guess. But it's just, yeah, it's not. I don't know what to say. Colin Murray Boyles is a B. For Colin Murray Boyles. I like him. I like Colin Murray Boyles. The only reason why it's not a higher, I think it's right at slot value. And alongside that, the offense is interesting right now. They've got Scotty Barnes. They've got Emmanuel Quickly for now. It's just, they don't have an elite playmaker, and they don't have a ton of spacing, and it's just an interesting. They got RJ Barrett. It's just a weird situation going on there in Toronto. I think it's a good rebuild right now, but it's a they'll have to figure some things out. Just him being with Scotty Barnes is a little sketchy for me to want it to be like an A grade. I think you can talk me into a B plus if you really want to. I also think you could say this is a C, and I won't argue with you. But I do like Colin Murray Boyles. Kamen Maluwach to the Suns. This is an A plus. I mean, I don't think I have to explain why. They need a center. They got the best center in the draft class. I mean, it's just that simple. I can move on right now. Will I? Maybe not. Him and Devin Booker, if he's still there, will be very good. They also traded for Mark Williams. So they got 2 Duke centers after a decade of a bunch of white centers. So, but the thing is, these centers aren't white. They're black and athletic, and they're going to be catching balls and blocking balls, and yeah. It's just good for them. Cedric Coward. I have a grade missing, but I'm pretty sure I gave a B plus. Why a B plus? Why? Because I like Cedric Coward a lot, and I also like him a lot, specifically on this basketball team, the Grizzlies. Flat out, it's just a good fit. They got a guy from Wazoo last year in Jalen Wells, who was a Rookie of the Year candidate. Might have won it if he stayed healthy. Who knows? They probably would have gave it to Castle anyway when it should have been Zachary Richiche. I'm not biased or anything, don't worry. But no, he's just a good player. I'm not here to give you scouting reports on players. I'm here to give you what they're going to bring to that team and what I think the pick is, how good it is. And right now I'm going to tell you Cedric Howard's going to do a lot of things for that team and do them very well and help that team win a lot of games. I think the Bane trade was a massive success. For how many picks they got, they get Coward. He's going to fill in, not seamlessly in that role. It's going to be drop off in production, but it's a good player. And, well, we're staying with the B plus here for Noah Asinja, I don't remember. But I like Noah a lot. He's long, he gets in passing lanes, he runs the floor. He's just an all-around player. The Bulls are bad at I won't say they're bad at everything. They're not good at anything. They're just fine everywhere. So getting a guy that can do everything at a pretty good level, be long, it's good. And this is where things get interesting, because this is a bit different. We're staying with a B plus for the pick. Derek Queen, I think it's a decent pick for the Pelicans. I had it mocked at 7 at one point, I think. They've got Yves Missi. Queen does basically the things that Missi doesn't. Missi does the things that Queen doesn't. Play defense being one of them. And so, yeah, I mean, we know what Derek Queen does. The Pelicans aren't good. And me going into the Pelicans aren't good as a point, they might not be bad, but they also could be really bad. And that is where we have a problem with the B. Because this trade, I listed it at D. I'm going to be real, it's a D minus. This trade's a D minus. I listed it at D technically, but it's a D minus because they traded an unprotected pick. Let's just, the full trade. They traded Asa Newell for Derek Queen. They traded Asa Newell, and who we'll get to later, and an unprotected pick from the Bucks, who could physically trade Giannis, or the Pelicans, who are a Zion trade away from being terrible again. There's a very good chance that is at least a top 10 pick. There is a chance that is as high as a top 3 to even the first pick. And they traded it for Derek Queen over Asa Newell or Jace Richardson or Liam McNeely, and so on and so on. It might be an F. It seriously might be an F. It's a terrible trade. I appreciate the Pelicans for making the Hawks franchise come alive again. I can't wait until we draft Jaden Clayton's after he wins National Defensive Player of the Year at the University of Kentucky with a championship because of this trade. That's going to be great. I'm so excited for that one. So on to 14, back to positive. It's an A. Man, Carter Bryant's a guy I really wanted the Hawks to get, like a lot. Throughout the whole process, Carter Bryant was a guy I had circled for my Atlanta Hawks. He's just a great player, man. He brings a lot to the Spurs. He in a world where they have Keldon Johnson, who has flashes of athleticism but doesn't really play like that. Like he doesn't play unathletic. Then they got Harrison Barnes, who's Harrison Barnes. You get Carter Bryant, who's full athleticism, full go. It's very high upside, very low. I won't say low floor. His floor is like not an NBA player, but I think his medium is a super valuable NBA player. And I think getting a guy like that at 14 is supreme value. Carter Bryant's a great player. And they should be ecstatic about this pick, because I would have been if it was my team. And we're staying with an A. Once again, Thomas Sorber. Dude, the Thunder getting Thomas Sorber is pretty crazy. Jalen Williams, I'm sorry, buddy. I guess you're just professional glazer now. I don't know what to say. But Thomas Sorber is that's just such a good piece to add to a team that just won a championship and is absolutely a threat at minimum to go back to back or more. It's just such a good pick. I don't really have to explain it. I don't know how many minutes he's going to play this year, but it's not even just about this year. It's also about when they've got to pay J-Dub and Chet along with Shea and all these other guys. He's just a good. It's just a good pick. And Young Hansen. This is an interesting one. I respect it. So I want to give them an A+ for effort because I respect it. But in reality, it's like a C-, and that could still be being nice. But I want to give them a C- here because they went out and got their guy, and I respect it. And I see the vision. I see the vision. I do. I see it. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I did my due diligence on him. Honestly, he's probably a guy that did the least amount of work in this draft, especially out of the guys that were drafted in the first round. But the highlights look for real. I mean, there's people calling him Chinese Jokic. We'll see. But I respect it. It's a massive jump. We'll see. Maybe they know something we don't. Maybe someone was going to draft him. And then back up the list to the T-Wolves at 17. We've got Jean Beringer. An A-. I'm a big Beringer fan. I wanted the Hawks to select Jean Beringer at 22 or even 13. I would not have been mad. So, obviously 22 before the Porzingis trade, right? And I like Beringer a lot. He's a great player. I think it's absolutely the right move for the T-Wolves to draft a big. Oz Reed's a free agent. Gobert was reportedly in a deal for KD that they declined for some reason. I can't explain that one, but that did reportedly happen. I don't know. I'll stop talking. 18, the Jazz get Walter Clayton Jr., national champion, college superstar. I give B because I think it's good value. I think he's a great player. He will automatically be a good player. The one thing I will say is they have Colin Sexton. They have Jordan Clarkson, who is on an expiring deal at the end of next season. They have Keontae George, and they have Isaiah Collier. There's not a lot of minutes in those guard positions right now. I imagine Sexton or Clarkson or both get traded. I would be shocked if one of them, though. I wouldn't be shocked if both of them do. Walter Clayton's a good Good player. We all saw it, right? And then the Brooklyn Nets with the D minus on Nolan Traore at above Kasparis Yakashonis, above Jace Richardson. I don't even need to say anything else. I don't think this guy is very good. There's upside. There's upside. That's the only thing that keeps him from being an F. It'd be an F if there wasn't a slight chance that he could be a great player. He could be. But there's no reason for me to think he is right now because he's not a good player as of right now at all. I'm not going to harp on it too long. From D minus from the bottom of the barrel to the top, Kasparis Yakashonis at 20 is a steal. It's a steal. I don't think I have to explain it. The problems with KJ, right? Sometimes he might go a little ghost. Sometimes he might get in foul trouble and do stupid things and keep himself out of the game. Sometimes he might commit too many turnovers, yada yada. I don't really care in this situation when it comes to what the Heat get in Kasparis Yakashonis. They get a guy that could be a great player and is automatically going to bring size at a guard position and offense to a guard position where they didn't have a lot of offense outside of Tyler Hero. And yeah, it's just a great pick. It's the best player available, potentially. It's definitely one of the best players available. I would say it was either him or Jace at that point, the best player available. Maybe you could argue a Neat Clifford or even an Asa if you were high on Asa. But yeah, I mean, it's just a good pick. And then we go to the Wizards at 21, landing Will Riley in that trade. It's a B+. I just like it. I like Will Riley at this spot. I wouldn't have been mad if even the Heat or someone else selected him a little earlier. I wouldn't have been mad. It's great size at a wing. That is definitely raw, but when you're with the Wizards, you don't have to be good to play right now. And you also have a lot of time to improve your game, and also they're a little scarce at wing. So he'll get chances, he'll do something. It might not be well immediately, but I just like the pick. I just think Will Riley's a good player with a lot of potential, and especially with his size at the NBA level. Alright, Nets, back on the clock. I give him a B-. I think it's cool. I'm not the biggest Drake Powell fan. I think he's a good player. I don't think he'll be anything more than a decent player. And this is probably a harsh grade just in context of the rest of the Nets draft. But yeah, I mean, Drake Powell, he's a 3-and-D. He's a 3-and-D. He's slashing. He's going to do good things on a court. I would imagine he's going to be pretty good for a pretty long time. I don't know if there's upside, but we'll see. And then we're staying around in this area with a B on Asa Knoll. I think you could have done better. I really wanted Neat Clifford. I really wanted Rasheer Fleming. I would have loved Jace Richardson even, because we've struggled to get backup guards for years. And Asa, he was in Mike White's offense last year, so I give him some slack on maybe some of his metrics. But he has... I think his upside's underrated, to be honest. I think a lot of people just don't see a player that's ever going to be good. But he's a guy that he can shoot. It doesn't look bad. He gets up. He uses his hands to grab the basketball, which is a pretty valuable thing. I think it's very good when players can grab the basketball with their hands, like Tarin Prince said, right? But he'll catch lobs from Trey. I mean, a lot of people mention John Collins is back. I mean, yeah, that's kind of what you're looking at. You're hoping. I think, yeah, his upside's probably around 2021 John Collins. And I think his floor's a little... I just think people overhate Asa a little bit. I don't think it's a slam dunk pick, but that's why it's a B, right? I think there are better options, but I also think the value is good, and I think he will be good. I believe in him. So it gets a B for me. And then here, the Kings, dude, if you're getting Neat Clifford this low, you're getting an A, because what you're getting out of Neat Clifford is a good NBA player. Straight up. Will he be a superstar? Will he even be an all-star? Probably not. But what he's going to do is he's going to shoot, He's going to score, and he's going to rebound the crap out of the ball for a guard, for a wing. He's just a good player. He's just a player that I think everyone probably wanted their team to draft, even if they had to trade in to do it. He's just a good player. I'm a big Neat Clifford fan. And then the Magic. I didn't make this, but I did give him an A plus plus plus, because Jace Richardson is a great basketball player. I predicted this. I mean, in my mock I had Jace falling. I think it was to the Magic, because and it's just, someone's got to fall in this draft. That was the way I looked at this draft. Someone's got to fall. This draft's too good. Someone's got to fall, and it's probably going to be the small guard, and it was a small guard. For depending on how you think about it, the small guard was the guy that fell. All right, so it's what happens. But this gives me Tyrese Maxey vibes. As a Kentucky fan, I was watching Tyrese Maxey at Kentucky and said he's got it. He's got the it factor. He's gonna fall, and he's gonna be an all-star, and I'm not gonna be shocked because I knew it, and a lot of people should have known it. Jace is that same idea at his peak. We'll see, but it's incredible value. This pick can't be better value. This is basically like Isaiah Collier to the Jazz last year, and Isaiah Collier was one of the best assisters in the NBA in the second half of the season. He was an all-rookie guy. So we'll see. And this is also just a great fit. They traded Cole Anthony, who also wasn't very good. It's just a great fit. They need a guy like Jace out of that guard slot. They might have a few guards and a few good young guards, but they need a guy like Jace that's going to go get him a bucket. But he's also the sneaky defender. He's not elite by any means, but I think a lot of people say small guard and say bad defender. It's not really the case with Jace Richardson. Ben Seraph, welcome back, Nets, with another D+. I mean, what are we doing, Nets? What are we doing? I don't even have words for what the Brooklyn Nets did in this draft. It's just disgraceful. It's blasphemous. The only words are bad ones. And yeah, I don't have any more words. Ben Seraph is, he has upside. That's what we're always gonna say with these European guys, with these guys from overseas, is that they have upside. He has upside. Again, that's why I say it's not an F, because it's theoretically possible it could be good. An F's like, this pick's terrible and it's going to be terrible. And like, it's a 100% chance it's just not going to work. The Nets again, I give them a C+, and Danny Wolf at 27 would probably give me like a B+ or an A- or a B at least. But they drafted 3 guards and a 3-and-D guy, and then they drafted a center who plays like a guard. If anyone, like, to me, I was looking at teams like the T-Wolves or something, like they have a center who's more of a rim protector, and they can get a guy like a Danny Wolf who can come in and bring more on that center position, for like teams that like might not have an abundance of guards and might have a big who needs to be subbed out, right, for more offense. And then I guess it works like in that idea with like what I mentioned with like Nick Claxton. He's not an offensive guy, so they get half of that, but they have so many guards. They drafted 100 guards. I might be lower on this pick because it's the Nets and contextually with the rest of their draft, but it's just the nature of what this draft was for the Nets, which was bad, and we're going to stay with the C+. I actually like this fit with the Celtics for Hugo Gonzalez. The only thing I will say about Hugo Gonzalez to the Celtics here is the fact that above Rasheer Fleming, above Liam McNeely is a bit ballsy. It's brave. I don't think anyone would have mocked this. I don't think anyone would have done this if, I don't think a lot of people would have done this. So it's brave, but I like the fit. They were on the draft coverage talking about this like a Christian Brown type of player who's just going to do the dirty work. He's going to help you win games. And yeah, I mean, it's a good fit for the Celtics, but I'm just shocked to see him go above Rasheer Fleming especially. Liam McNeely to the Hornets. An A. It's a great pick. Lee McNeely at 29. That's so good. Someone could have took McNeely in the lottery, and I wouldn't have been surprised. Straight up. Like the Spurs could have took him at 14, and I would have been okay, fine. I think I definitely would have been surprised if the Thunder took him, and he fell all the way down to 29. That came out weird. He fell all the way down to 29. He's a good player. He won. I mean, even if UConn didn't win a lot, he certainly helped them win. And he's played with a lot of talent before. He played on that IMG team with Cooper Flagg and the others, right? He's a good player. We know what McNeely's going to bring. McNeely is going to bring a dog that can shoot. And the Hornets need shooters and someone that knows how to win a basketball game. Just one person, preferably. It would be more than what they had. And then we'll go here, ending it. I'll give it a B- because I like going out and getting a guy that you think you should go get in Yannick Conan Niederhauser. Right? I like it. I think I said that right. I don't know. But he was at Penn State. He was good. He's just a good player. Just a good big. He's one of those guys that I go into a draft and say, yeah, he'll be a backup big in the NBA. I say that constantly. I said that about Edey at first. We'll see. I think he can maybe start. I say that about a guy that we might cover in the second round tomorrow night when I do this in Amari Williams. I said that about Oscar Sheboy, who's yet to have his time. We'll see. I said that about Trace Jackson Davis. I said that about a lot of guys that usually did become that. He'll be a good backup big in the NBA. Maybe he can start some games. This is a good player. Maybe a little high in the slot value, but it's about right at, according to some people. So I think the Clippers did a fine job here. I'm not going to pop bottles for them over it. Their fans probably won't either. But it's not something that's worthy of being upset over, in my opinion. So that's the end of the first round. And then I guess I'll cover some guys that I can't believe. Straight up, just can't believe they didn't get drafted. And I think the easy point here, right, in a guy that I can't believe didn't get drafted, right, is Rasheer Fleming, bro. Like, what? Rasheer Fleming didn't get drafted. Maxime Reynaud, that's a good player. Adou Thiero, he will be good. All right, I promise he's going to be good. I want the Hawks to get him. Also because he went here. Ryan Kalkbrenner, Jameer Watkins. I think some of these players are good. I'll just go through some of this real quick on how I feel about some of these guys. I wouldn't rank Lanier or Tui this high. I can understand Jameer Watkins here. I like this guy, Markovic. I like Markovic. Janai Broom. I think he should be a backup big in the NBA, right? Like I like Markovic. Zeke Tanji is a guy I think is going to be a steal, straight up. I think he's just going to be a steal. You got Dixon. I like Sion James a lot. Cam Jones is a guy that I think is just going to contribute in the NBA. So to see him ranked this low, I just don't agree with. And Sion James, I kind of am in the same line of thinking where I just think he's going to contribute in the NBA. Kobe Bryant, another guy, I think he's just going to contribute in the NBA. He's way too good of a shooter. He got better defensively throughout the year at Kentucky. He also can create his own shot a little bit, and he's also so incredible coming off screens. I just don't see guys being that is not a good defender, but I don't think he'll be awful. If Dalton Knecht can play in the NBA, Kobe Bryant can play in the NBA. Like, straight up. Because Kobe is so good at coming off of screens. He's a better defender than Knecht. Knecht's a complete liability. Knecht might be... It's probably same level of athleticism. Knecht's probably a better, like, scorer. Probably better at putting the ball on the floor. But Kobe can do that himself, too. And he's sneaky athletic. I just think Kobe Bryant is a very good player that should absolutely get drafted tomorrow night and will contribute in the NBA. Javon Small is a good player. I got some other guys. You got them here. Kobe Sanders is an interesting one. Deep Pate, we know about him. And then, yeah, I'll just keep it. I'll just move on because I don't. No, screw it. Let's go. Let's go to this. Hunter Sallis. I like Amari Williams. Like I said, I think he's going to be a good player in the NBA. A good backup big. Elijah Martin, I think, should be good. Has a very good chance to be good. Ryan Nembhard, I think, is absolutely a type of guy that could be a backup guard in the league. Chucky Hepburn is also a guy I think has a chance to be a good backup guard in this league. Grant Nelson's weird. The shot's so ugly. Tamar Bates is not a bad. Like, he absolutely could. Jackson Robinson was obviously a lot higher on boards before the wrist injury. The wrist injury is something, but I still absolutely see a player that has a chance in this league. Caleb Grill is a shooter. Bryce Williams, he's a scorer. He's a bucket. I low-key put him on that same tier as a guy like a Chaz Lanier. Will Richards a little low for my liking. There's probably someone else in here, right, that I want to call out. Zakai Ziegler is not a better player than Lamont Butler. I do not care what hat I'm wearing. He is not. Not in the NBA. No, sir. Or LJ Cryer. What in the world? That's crazy to me. I think Meshack has a better chance of being in the league than Ziegler. But yeah, that's it. Whatever. I'll peace out and get this up real quick. That's why I got this the way I did. Yeah. Peace. I'll see you tomorrow night. Straight up. See you tomorrow night. It's probably in the AMs when the videos release as well, like this one. So yeah, peace. See you. God bless. Hope you have a great day, great draft. Enjoy it. Once a year. It's always one of my favorite times of the year. All right.